So I wish I had some better news. I don't. I do have maybe a silver lining in all of this, but I'm not sure this is going to go the way that we'd hoped. This was always the most likely scenario, and I guess being disappointed comes with the territory. But in regards to whether or not we get a new couple of board members or even one new board member over on the Walt Disney Company's board, we at least had something that was an embarrassing fight. What am I talking about? Well, as you can see here, Disney is said to be edging past Nelson Peltz in proxy fight ahead of annual meeting. Why? Well, a pretty decent sized shareholder, in fact, the number 2 institutional shareholder, BlackRock, has decided to back Bob Iger's candidate sheet. Kind of what we expected. But the news about them edging past, not great. Oh, quick reminder, as Punk Waddle down there was telling you, check out my merchandise site, beachpunk.us. www.beachpunk.us. It's linked in the description below. But the thumbnail says it all. BlackRock Backs Iger. And this is from Deadline, so I went with a trade paper so that it wouldn't seem like I was, focusing more on some financial stuff. I want the entertainment to speak for itself here, and Disney is definitely, first and foremost, or at least they used to be, an entertainment company. From the article, Disney may have nudged Nelson Peltz farther from its board as giant BlackRock is said to be backing the company's slate of directors. The firm is Disney's second largest shareholder at 4.2%. The news, first reported in the Wall Street Journal, followed T. Rowe Price, with a 0.5% ownership coming out in support of Bob Iger, and the Disney shareholders head into the last day of voting, which again concludes this evening at 11:59 p.m., which this is Tuesday, April 2nd. We'll know the results tomorrow, but we also know that the institutionals tend to wait till the very last moment, or at least very close to it. So on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, the board will commence with its annual meeting. And this has been a record 3 months, according to the article here, and the most expensive proxy fight on record, pitting directors and CEO Bob Iger against Nelson Peltz and, of course, Jay Rasulo, the former chief financial officer at Disney. Once again, Disney has not commented on BlackRock's support. I'm not surprised. Also, BlackRock didn't say anything either. Peltz's Trian Partners is voting its 1.5% of controlled votes. Those shares are mostly Ike Perlmutter's. And again, the person they want to remove primarily is Maria Elena Lagos Massino. And, of course, Michael Froman, which makes sense if they're able to get Rasulo on the board. The 12 director seats are occupied by, well, friends of Bob Iger at this point, and nobody who puts up a challenge or any strategic thinking, at least in my estimation. Trian and Disney have been hurling mud at each other since early this year. Actually, it was only recently that Peltz took his gloves off, but okay. And they've been bombarding stockholders with frequent and elaborate missives, videos, and charts. Disney's racked up a bill of at least $40 million in outreach. That's company money. That's shareholder money, potentially, right there. That would include telephone calls to individual retail shareholders. That's how desperate they are. So the company has a larger than average retail shareholder base because, well, people used to believe in the Disney company. And hopefully that number goes up over time so we can exercise more influence in the future. Of course, we haven't heard anything from the other 2 mega shareholders, Vanguard and State Street, but I imagine that's just around the corner. And we'll see, well, where everything else shakes out. We do know that you have ISS recommending Peltz, but not Rasulo. there is a smaller advisory firm called Egan Jones, who is also telling you to vote for both Peltz and Tree and Partners' other nominee, Jay Rasulo. And you also have another bigger group called Neuberger Berman that's put its efforts behind Peltz and Company, and CalPERS, which was the biggest blow to Disney, which is a retirement system in the state of California. So Blackwells doesn't even seem to draw a measure. Nobody seems to care. And, well, that would include almost anybody but themselves. And, of course, I mentioned not that long ago that they are actually suing the Disney company for records, stating that there's been a lot of underhanded stuff with Value Act. I'm not going to speak to that in this video. You can go watch the other one. It's right up there if you want to catch up with that lawsuit. Doesn't sound like it made much headway, and we won't have a resolution, perhaps, unless there's some kind of an emergency court hearing today, until after it's all said and done. So they're going to get every last vote counted, they say. Well, we can certainly hope so. And you have a number of advocates for shareholders weighing in on each side. I'm really looking forward to the outcome, because the likely outcome, as I've said before, on record, saying that Nelson Peltz doesn't get on the board this go around. But what he does do is embarrass Disney. Now, after the vote, if Peltz isn't on the board and the stock starts to go down, what does that tell you? Well, people are selling off because the opportunity for change will have passed, and the artificial inflation of the stock price because of the proxy war, well, that time will have passed. So either way, something's going to happen with the stock. Again, my anticipation is with Iger still firmly in charge of the board, which is not the way corporate governance is supposed to work, you should see, or my expectation is, and this is not financial advice, I don't give financial advice on this channel, but I would anticipate that the stock would start to fall. Of course, I almost would think that would happen even if Peltz got in, because again, the price is artificially inflated. I think going into next year, though, as the stock price does fall and Disney's performance doesn't improve, it's just a bunch of promises, I anticipate that, and this is an opinion, I'm not giving financial advice, I'm going to keep saying it, I would anticipate that Nelson will have a better than average chance of getting on the board next year, should he choose to pursue it. I also anticipate he'll bring some more heavy hitters to the party to try to force change at Disney. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention so nobody was overly surprised when things didn't work out the way we would hope. And again, for people who would like to see Disney return to being a pro-American and a family entertainment company, I'm sorry for our disappointment. Anyway, on that note, what do you think? Do you think that we should be prepared for this to not go our way? Do you think that my thoughts around where the stock might go after the proxy fight would be accurate? And let me know in the comments where you're actually going to be watching and listening to tomorrow's shareholder meeting. Because if I were to guess, I'd say you'd be over at Valiant Renegade. And then following up over on Midnight's Edge in the morning. And maybe you'll stop by here for the 6-Minute Daily. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. And until next time, see ya.
Hey there everyone, my name is Beach Punk Waddle, and you may have seen me on the Cotton Cows and Souls Season 2 Halloween Special. Well, if you like roosters like this on t-shirts, well then you should go check out beachpunk.us, finds out some really cool graphic tees, mugs, You know what? It's not just roosters. There's some other great design too. So go check out beachpunk.us and hope to see you there. You know what else? I pity the kin. Bye.